Rapey.
We will return in a moment to the Great Grape Ape Show.
I know. I'm sorry.
On Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Welcome back to the Great Grape Ape Show.
Rapey. Yep, that's me.
On the 1975 edition of Boomerang from Cartoon Network. We will return in a moment to Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch.
I'm gonna stop that wheelie if it's the last thing I do.
On Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Welcome back to Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. On the 1975 edition of Boomerang from Cartoon Network. We will return in a moment to the Yogi Bear Show.
I just gotta get some food in my shrunken stomach.
On Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Welcome back to the Yogi Bear Show.
Good food. They're ready to put on a show.
On the 1963 edition of Boomerang from Cartoon Network. We will return in a moment to Top Cat. On Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Welcome back to Top Cat.
The meeting will now start with the calling of the roll.
On the 1963 edition of Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Boomerang presents Where Looney Tunes Come From. When a man loves an idea very much and he's a cartoonist, he might grab a pencil and sit down at a drawing board.
There's a much better way to learn where Looney Tunes come from. Watch Looney Tunes Back to the Drawing Board, an entire weekend celebrating the first appearance and other early cartoons of all your favorite Looney Tunes characters. Looney Tunes Back to the Drawing Board, this Thursday through Sunday on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
You're watching Magilla Gorilla on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
How much is that gorilla in the window?
You're watching Quick Draw McGraw on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Coming up next, it's Goober and the Ghost Chasers. On Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
And now here they are, the most daredevil group of dandy drivers to ever whirl their wheels in the way out wacky races. Thrilled to the precise pole positioning of Peter Perfect in the Turbo Terrific. Marvel at the mind-numbing machinations of Professor Pat Bending and that crazy converter car. And be sure to pay close attention to Luke and Blubber Bear to learn the proper way to use a gas pump. The Wacky Races, today on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you. And they're off. Taking the early lead is Peter Perfect in the Turbo Terrific. But coming up fast, it's the Gruesome Twosome. And wait a minute, things have slowed down. And with good reason. Ms. Penelope Pitstop is signaling for a left turn. And the other drivers are afraid to pass her.
Hiya. I think my little old fingernail polish is dry now.
The Wacky Races, today on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Every Friday in February, join all of our hopefuls, the Scooby-Doobies, the Yogi Yahooies, and the Really Rottens, as they go for Laugh Olympics gold, and black, and blue. It's Laugh Olympics. every Friday in February on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you. Coming up next, it's Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. In the proud tradition of presenting the classics we love, Boomerang invites you to spend a weekend with one of the greats. It's hard to imagine anyone else as the swashbuckling Avenger or the hard-nosed detective.
That's fantastic. And furthermore, it's unbelievable.
It's a Daffy Duck Marathon, all this weekend on Boomerang. To find out more, log on to CartoonNetwork.com. Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
Very sporting of the little black duck.
You're watching Boomerang, the only show recommended by 4 out of 5 boomerang-throwing dentists. Are you howling with laughter yet? Are you overwhelmed with the action-packed action of Boomerang? Well, hold tight. Boomerang! We'll be right back. You're watching Boomerang, right here on Cartoon Network. Boomerang, baby! It's time travel made easy with Cartoon Network. Do I really need to say that Boomerang will be back? Hey, Boomerang is back! Back!
Coming up next, it's Inch High Private Eye on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
They've been called the greatest all-girl bubblegum rock band of the 70s, and here they are 30 years later with the re-release of their smash hit Inside Outside Upside Down. Ladies and gentlemen, Josie and the Pussycats. Josie and the Pussycats on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
Coming up next, it's Magilla Gorilla on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Magilla Gorilla on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
How much you got, Gorilla, in the window?
This has been Magilla Gorilla on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
You're watching the 1963 edition of Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Hold on, you! It's ready to the rescue!
We will return in a moment to the Rough and Ready Show.
Are we a dog and a cat? Of course we are.
On Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Welcome back to the Rough and Ready Show.
Dangerous? Now he tells us.
On the 1963 edition of Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Howdy do, folks.
We will return in a moment to the Huckleberry Hound Show. On Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Welcome back to the Huckleberry Hound Show.
Rustler again.
On the 1963 edition of Boomerang from Cartoon Network. We will return in a moment to the Peter Potamus Show.
And now we really must shove off. Come on, So-So.
On Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Welcome back to the Peter Potamus Show.
Let's go for a spin.
And on!
On the 1966...
Coming up next, it's Jabberjaw on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Coming up next,
No Undies Mondays!
right here on Boomerang.
Coming up next, it's more of Pixie and Dixie on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. This is Pixie and Dixie on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. We now return to Pixie and Dixie on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. You're watching Pixie and Dixie on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
It's Boomerang, the show filled with more hilariously funny thrill-packed cartoons than any other show in the universe. Boomerang brings back the very best cartoons of all time. Boomerang is here. Boomerang will be right back after these messages. Until then, please stare at the TV without blinking. Try it. It's fun. Boomerang is back. Let the outrageous wackiness begin.
Coming up next, it's the Rocky and Bullwinkle Show on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Goober, you may now exhibit my prize-winning photograph of the ghost of Captain Ahab. It is the real ghost.
Goober, you'll get the cover of Ghost Chasers magazine for sure.
How did he do it?
It's easy.
Just keep it under your hat.
Goober and the Ghost Chasers today on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
You're watching Scooby, Scrappy, and Yabba-Doo, part of Much Ado About Scooby on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. You're watching Scooby and Scrappy-Doo, part of Much Ado About Scooby on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Yogi Bear! Did you ever see a bear with a hat?
No, sir.
Ever see a bear with a tie, guy?
I don't believe I have.
Then maybe you need more Yogi. Maybe a whole week of Yogi.
Yeah!
A Yogi Marathon.
My public awaits.
Get the bear facts.
Just keep running, Boom.
The Yogi Marathon this week on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
All right, everyone in position. Perfect. Nice to see you. That's right. Take a bow. Yes, well, beautiful form. I need everyone's attention. Attention, please. Stop! I have an important announcement. Every week's a different year right here on Boomerang. No, wait! Come back! Saturdays, all your favorite cartoons from a particular year on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
Yogi's Art Clark will be right back on the Yogi Marathon here on Boomerang. Now back to Yogi's Spark Lark, part of the Yogi Marathon here on Boomerang. Coming up next, it's Scooby and Scrappy-Doo on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
And away we go!
You're watching Yogi's Treasure Hunt, part of the Yogi Marathon on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. You're watching Yogi's Treasure Hunt, part of the Yogi Marathon on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Ah, the memories of childhood. A game of catch. Your first science project. Fishing trips. Ice skating. And of course, first love. These childhood memories are only available on Boomerang, the 24-hour classic cartoon channel. Don't let you or your kids go another day without them. Go to CartoonNetwork.com now and request Boomerang from your cable provider. You're watching Boomerang on Cartoon Network. Go to CartoonNetwork.com/Boomerang to find out more about these great classic cartoons. Gather round. It's time to share Boomerang, the network dedicated to classic cartoons. Visit CartoonNetwork.com and request Boomerang from your cable or satellite providers. Boomerang, it's all coming back to you.
Up and down and round it we spin. The dizzy pace is too much to my head. Now you know why I'm sitting and do the things I do. I am a screw and you'd be too if the merry-go-round goes down. Yes, the merry-go-round grows.
Now you can see even more Looney Tunes on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, someone is absent. Whoever it is, hold up their hand.
It's Benny, TC.
It's always Benny. Who saw him last?
I saw him, TC, at the museum last night.
The museum? Benny?
Yeah, there's a new exhibit they're working on with a big sign. Watch this space.
Yeah?
So Benny was just standing there.
Watching the space.
Top Cat on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
Okay, listen, stop! I'm glad you're all here. I have an important announcement. Every week's a different year right here on Boomerang. No, wait, I'm not done. Come back. Oh, never mind. Saturdays, all your favorite cartoons from a particular year. On Boomerang from Cartoon Network, it's all coming back to you.
Coming up next, it's more of Casper and Friends on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
What does it take to make the ultimate driving machine?
Brakes, brakes, socket, plug, motor, tires, chassis.
Plus various words. And last but not least, a 10-gallon hat. Speed Buggy on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
Shaggy here for my friends at Boomerang from Cartoon Network. The only network that brings you classic cartoons 24 hours a day. Cartoons like Wacky Races, Tom and Jerry, and Top Cat. Yeah, Top Cat. If you're not getting Boomerang, you're like starving yourself of entertainment. Ruh-roh. Why go to CartoonNetwork.com and request Boomerang today? Yeah, Boomerang.
Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
Ed Flintstone here for my good friends at Boomerang from Cartoon Network, the only network that brings you classic cartoons like The Jetsons, Tom and Jerry, and Scooby-Doo. If you're not getting Boomerang, you're living in the Stone Age. Go to CartoonNetwork.com and request Boomerang today. Right, Bon?
Oh, sure, Fred. Whatever you say. I wasn't really paying attention.
Bonnie?
Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
You're watching Popeye, the December character of the month. Stay tuned for more on Boomerang.
Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. We now return to Superman Saturday on Boomerang.
Superman.
Superman?
Hey, I like it. Superman.
You're watching Superman Saturday on Boomerang. He still stands for truth, justice, and the American way. We'll return to Superman Saturday on Boomerang.
I'll be watching you, Luthor.
My friend, I would call that an understatement.
You're watching Superman Saturday on Boomerang. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Superman Saturday continues on Boomerang.
He's strong, he flies, he's the Nietzschean fantasy ideal all wrapped up in a red cape.
You're watching Superman Saturday on Boomerang. After 24 hours of work, even the Man of Steel could use a little time off. Thank you for watching Superman Saturday on Boomerang.
Coming up next, it's Dexter's Laboratory on Boomerang. Dexter's opening his lab to the public, and you've got a front row seat. Stay on your best behavior, and whatever you do, don't push any buttons. Welcome to Dexter's Laboratory on Boomerang. We'll return to Dexter's Laboratory on Boomerang. We now return to Dexter's Laboratory on Boomerang. Dexter's Laboratory continues on Boomerang. You're watching Dexter's Laboratory on Boomerang. You're watching Boomerang.
To Boomerang. Gotta catch 'em all? Well, Boomerang has 'em all. All the Pokemon you could want, 7 nights a week. The only way to get more Pokemon is to move to Japan, but we'll save you the trouble. Now, 7 nights a week, Boomerang brings you Pokemon. That's 7 chances to watch Ash, Misty, and Brock on their road to becoming the greatest Pokemon masters in the world. Gotta catch 'em all? There's only one place to. Boomerang. It's Pokemon. Every night at 10 on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Go Arcanine, Totodile, Arpa, Slugma, Wow, Bobbat.
If you want to catch them all,
Go, Weezing, go! Bailey! Squirtle, Squirtle! Electabuzz! Phanpy! Meow! Yeah! Let's show 'em, Pikachu!
Catch 'em all on Boomerang.
I choose you!
Pokemon, only on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
All right! I can't wait!
Gotta catch 'em all? We've got 'em all. It's Pokemon. Right here on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Pokemon will be right back here on Boomerang. And now, back to Pokemon on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. And now, back to Pokemon on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. This is Pokemon on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. You're watching Pokemon on Boomerang.
Yeah, I remember there was this this cartoon. It was this dog, and he was always traveling. He was always going somewhere. But I don't really remember where he was going to or why he was going there. But I definitely remember he was always going somewhere.
How are things in Glockamora, Kilkenny and Kildare? How is Duffy, McGuffy, McCarthy, Malone, McCullen, McGillen, and lots of malarkey? How's your sister Kate down by the garden gate? Is she still swinging? And your brother Paul behind the prison wall?
Sorry, old bean, but tea time is over.
Exit, stage left.
Snagglepuss on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's all coming back to you.
Boomerang brings you 2 full hours of Pink Panther every weekend in February. The Pink Panther is one cool customer. He's a hip cat, daddy-o, who does it all, and does it with panache. Okay, maybe not so much with panache, but he does do it all. He's a daring hero, a professional athlete, a consummate showman, a culinary artist, and yet he still has time for the children. And while he may be pink, believe us, ladies, he's all man. And everyone's trying to get a piece of him, from humans to dogs, and even elephants. But we've got the easiest way to catch Pink Panther. Just watch Boomerang. So when you're thinking cartoons, think big, think funny, and whatever you do, think pink. It's Pink Panther, weekends from 2 to 4, all month long, on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Dennis the Menace is coming to Boomerang. So expect to hear this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no!
And this.
What am I to do with that boy?
And definitely this.
Mr. Wilson!
Expect to get an earful because Dennis the Menace is coming your way tonight at 6:30 only on Boomerang.
The next stuff I'll be showing will be from Boomeraction. It's basically Boomerang, but with action-adventure cartoons.
Emergency, emergency, emergency. Johnny, no! Let's get out of here fast. Radar's picking up a reading.
Johnny Quest, every Friday in November on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, it's Godzilla on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. You're watching Thunder on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, Adventures of Gulliver on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
You're watching the Suffices on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Battle of the Planets Marathon continues next on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Coming up next, it's Justice League Unlimited on Boomeraction.
Coming up next, it's Birdman in the Galaxy Trio on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Space Ghost here.
Space Ghost and Dino Boy weekdays on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, it's the Batman on Boomeraction.
There's no time to waste.
Leaping leprechaun, let's go! A great many people are
depending on you.
The Super Friends, Sundays on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
Battle of the Planets Marathon.
All missile and anti-aircraft units, stand ready.
C-Force.
A mysterious UFO has been sighted.
Dedicated, inseparable, invincible.
This will be their last attack.
Always fine, acting as one.
I better get G-Force on this right away.
Mark.
We're getting tired of your invasion.
Jason.
I say wipe it out.
Princess.
You can't go after it all alone.
Tiny.
G-Force does it again.
T-Up.
Bad news.
7 are 7.
Red alert. You have an intruder.
Protect the galaxy.
Hold your course, G-Force. You're right on target.
Pursue the enemy.
They'll be sorry they ever found us.
Prepare for battle. Battle of the Planets Marathon. All day today on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. You've intercepted transmission of Johnny Quest on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Downloading of Johnny Quest continues on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Now back to Johnny Quest on Boomerang from Cartoon Network. Coming up next.
Coming up next, it's Pirates of Dark Water on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
A new hero has come to protect the weak and save an entire planet. It's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, now on Boomerang.
It's not possible.
Join the most powerful man in the universe as he defends Eternia from the forces of evil.
How I loathe heroes.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, weeknights at 11:30 on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
The Batman continues on Boomeraction.
Boomerang brings you 2 full hours of Batman every weekend in March. Behind every superhero is a legion of villains. And when it comes to bad guys, no one does it better than Batman. So before you commit a crime in Gotham City, just remember you can run.
Going somewhere.
You can hide.
Wherever you go, I'll be right behind you.
But you can't escape the night.
Who are you? I'm your worst nightmare.
It's Batman, today at 2 on Boomerang from Cartoon Network.